Welcome, I'm Lauren from Zestful Kitchen, and welcome to Everyday Gourmet, where I share realistic recipes for the avid home cook using fresh ingredients and global flavors. Yes. Okay. Today we're making one of my all-time favorite recipes, and one of the recipes I'm most proud of because I have tested this time and time again to get it perfect. We're making the best whole wheat muffins, and we're using a method that I call the soaker method. We'll get into it. But it's a really simple method that results in really moist, very tender, and beautifully structured whole wheat muffins. Okay. Okay, so for the first part, we're going to need some regular whole wheat flour. I usually like to cook with whole wheat pastry flour or white whole wheat flour. I like all the whole wheat flours, but I wanted to create a recipe that used regular whole wheat flour. So it's easiest to find. So we're going to use that. Then we're going to add in some buttermilk. I think it's a cup. A lot of recipes will say that if you don't have buttermilk, you can just substitute with milk mixed with a little bit of vinegar, let it sit for 5 minutes. You certainly can do that. However, I do find that buttermilk that you buy from the store just has a certain viscosity. It has a certain thickness that really is important for this recipe. So if you can, I would buy buttermilk. So we're just going to combine this. And the beautiful thing about whole wheat flour that I think a lot of people don't realize is, unlike all-purpose flour, you really can't overmix it. All-purpose flour creates gluten very quickly. So you don't want to overmix it if you want light and tender baked goods. But whole wheat flour actually doesn't readily create a gluten structure, so it needs a little bit more time. It needs a little bit more work. So you can't really overmix it, which is really nice. Makes it a little bit more foolproof. But then the other part is it needs a lot of time to hydrate whole wheat flour. In order to create a really moist and tender baked good, you actually want to let the flour soak for quite a bit of time. I'm going to have this soak overnight in the fridge for 8 hours. This is the soaking method. So we just have flour and buttermilk. And what this is going to do is it's going to A, hydrate the flour, and B, it's going to create a gluten structure so the muffin actually retains its tallness and it has nice air pockets in it. Basically, it has gluten, which is really important for a tall, tender muffin. So we're going to let that soak for 8 hours. There's no space. Okay, so I have a batch of soaker that I made last night. So again, this is just our whole wheat flour and buttermilk, sat for about 12 hours at this point. And it comes out much thicker, much stickier than it goes in. And that's because there's some gluten that's been formed and that whole wheat flour is totally saturated and hydrated. So it's gonna be so soft. So the next part of this is I held back some of the whole wheat flour and we're gonna add that to this. And what it's gonna do is it's just gonna basically liven up the batter a little bit. So it's more of like a muffin batter. So we need 2 tablespoons of cornstarch. And this isn't a normal muffin ingredient, but most cake flours or cake batters have cornstarch in them. And what it does is it just tenderizes the batter, makes it nice and light and fluffy. So that also works really wonderfully here in whole wheat baking. So I'm gonna add 2 tablespoons of that. If you can't have cornstarch, you can also use arrowroot starch. I'm gonna add our leavening agents. So we need 1 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder, not much of the baking soda. We're going to do 3/4 teaspoon of cinnamon. This is optional, but I find that it actually really enhances the flavor of the whole wheat and doesn't really take over. It doesn't just taste like a cinnamon muffin. You can also add in some nutmeg or some cardamom or cloves. Do whatever you want. That's the rest of the dry ingredients. That's all you need. I'll just mix that together. So the next part is to combine the wet ingredients. So I'm going to add 1/3 cup of brown sugar. This has been sitting for a while. It's a little dry. And we have 1/4 cup of olive oil. A lot of muffin recipes call for butter. Butter adds flavor, but oil is going to keep the muffin moist for days, which I think is really important for muffins because you don't generally eat a whole batch of muffins in one day. So then we're going to add in 1 large egg. 1 large egg out of shell should be about 50 grams. If you're using a farm fresh egg, I recommend weighing it. And if it's not quite 50 grams, then you can always whisk up another egg and then save the remaining for a scramble. We're going to do a tablespoon of vanilla, which will probably be the rest of this. Okay. And we're just going to whisk this until it's super smooth. And you want basically the sugar to be dissolved. So this will take about a minute. Make sure we get all the soaker out. Okay, so I'm adding the soaker to the oil and sugar mixture. You want to make sure that sugar is dissolved. And then we're just going to whisk it together. until it combines. And it looks like it's not going to combine, but I promise you it will. And again, you don't have to be worried about overworking it. You can see once it combines that it's a pretty thin muffin batter, which is where this dry mixture will help us thicken it up a little bit. Okay, that looks good. I'm going to add in our dry ingredients, and I think I'm going to stir that in. Okay, still a pretty thin batter, but trust the process. Okay, this recipe makes 8 muffins, so we're going to grease the muffin tin. I'm just going to use my hands to evenly coat the wells, and if you're using muffin liners, then spray the liners. That's key. And I'm going to have my turbinado sugar on hand. We're going to top the muffins with some turbinado sugar. Totally optional, but I find that it adds a nice sweetness to the muffins and a little crunchy topping, which is nice. So we're going to divide the batter between 8 wells using about 1/3 of a cup. Okay, then we're going to top them with some of that turbinado sugar, which is just sugar in the raw. It's really large granuled sugar, and I just sprinkle it over. No set amount. So this is going to go in at 425 for 5 minutes. So we're starting them at a high temperature, which is going to boost the leavening agents, and it's going to get them to be really tall. And then we're going to bring down the temperature to 400, which will bake them through without burning the bottoms, and so they don't get too dry. So they'll be nice and tall and moist and tender. Here they go. Gorgeous. Goodbye. 5 minutes. Where's my timer? Here they are. So tall. That's a whole wheat muffin, if I ever saw one. So once these have cooled for a couple of minutes, I like to take an offset spatula or a butter knife and just kind of nudge the edges, especially if you've used some of that turbinado sugar. The sugar can make the tops stick to the pan. Not a big deal. They'll come off very easily. So I just kind of nudge them loose, and they'll just come right out. Okay, let's tear into one. Gosh. Okay, and I have a little bit of butter, some Kerrygold butter because it's delish. And let's see. Oh my God. Oh, it's so good. Oh, they're so tender and moist, and they have huge air pockets, which make them just so... I mean, that is not a normal whole wheat muffin. Usually they're dense and they're like a hockey puck. And these are like the most perfect muffin. Oh my God. Oh. You know what? Never has there been a better whole wheat muffin. The cinnamon really brings out the flavor of the whole wheat flour. It's toasty, it's nutty, it's not too cinnamon forward. It's just so soft and tender. So I hope you try this recipe. I think it will change the way you bake with whole wheat flour. It's all about the soaker method. You can get the full recipe. I'm linking it below in the caption. If you have any questions, let me know. Drop a comment. You can find this one and all my other recipes at zestfulkitchen.com. And make sure you come back next week for another everyday gourmet recipe. That's so good. Mm-hmm. Should I say something?